All right. Why are they so down on vitamin C? I have no idea. We're going to have a little fun today. How you doing, Instagram? Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube friends. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to cover a bunch of things about vitamin C today. I honestly have no idea why they are down on vitamin C. Is it based on truth or actual lies? We're going to cover that today. I'll let you decide in the end. Or maybe, just maybe, the ones that are so down on vitamin C and really not into it at all, maybe they're a little bit afraid that they might lose some of the business that they like. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into it today, okay? Oh, by the way, just quick, we're going to be doing a contest today, giving away a vitamin C that happens to be one of my favorite vitamin Cs. We're going to be giving away a bottle of it. I'll talk to you about it in a second. But hi, I'm Jonathan Landsman, your host for Natural Health 365 Live. We do these broadcasts every single day, Monday to Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. And every show is about improving your immune system to protect your health. Okay, and by the way, if you're new to this show, please do me a big favor. I love connecting with our new people here as part of this show. Just type new in the comments section down below so I can say hello. All right, so back, first of all, before we get into all this craziness, all the news out there, good and bad, about vitamin C, and then you can kind of work it out in your own mind, we are doing a great contest. We're going to announce the contest details down below after this live broadcast, so go make sure you check it out. You're going to be able to win a free bottle of vitamin C. That's right, completely free. A brand new Love by Nature liposomal vitamin C plus quercetin bottle. We will ship that right to your home. We're going to be announcing the winner on Monday. We'll pick it out of the whole bunch of all of you who do the contest, and the instructions will be down below this video after the live broadcast, so be sure to check it out. Okay, so let's start with the success, right? The good stuff about vitamin C. And perhaps, to be honest with you, really the reason why Big Pharma, pretty much probably behind closed doors, they absolutely hate vitamin C. And I'm being nice right now. You can only imagine what those people must say about vitamin C when the doors are closed and they don't think anybody's recording them at all. Okay, so do you remember Linus Pauling? Huh? For those of you, I think, that are old enough, 1954 and 1962, this man won a Nobel Prize, okay, twice. And he's the only man, the only human being on Earth to have two unshared Nobel Prizes. Pretty much a brilliant guy. In fact, a lot of people, depending on where you go, would pretty much say that he's one of the greatest scientists that ever lived. So anyway, you want to hear what he said about vitamin C? We can get, there's a quote, we can get almost complete control of heart attacks, cardiovascular disease, and strokes by the proper use of lysine and vitamin C together. It can prevent cardiovascular disease and even cure it. Whoa. If you are at risk for heart disease or if you have a mild heart attack, then you had better be taking lysine and vitamin C, end quote. It's amazing, isn't it? Then when you look at what's quote unquote the most popular out there, statin drugs to lower your cholesterol, blood thinners that are out there for people with cardiovascular disease, especially those who've got stents put in them or any kind of diagnosis like that. Oh, you got to go on blood thinners, and even the hypertensive medications, all of them. If you actually read the warnings of these drugs and you actually spoke to someone who was honest enough about it, these drugs do tremendous damage to the body in so many ways. But when we talk now about vitamin C, there are well over 600 medical studies that say vitamin C is excellent for cardiovascular health. Now, I'm going to throw out another name to you, see if you know this gentleman. I wish I did. Boy, this is somebody, along with Linus Pauling, that I would have done anything to do an interview, a sit-down interview with these guys. Dr. Frederick Klenner. You know that name? Medical doctor, good old country doctor. Those are the kind of doctors we need now more than ever. He graduated Duke University School of Medicine in 1936, and he successfully cured, he did a lot of work with vitamin C, but with C, he successfully cured 60, that's 60 cases of polio out of 60 cases. Can you believe that? And get this, he used vitamin C in these people, and they were better, their conditions resolved in 72 hours. You got to remember, if you're old enough, back then, it was horrific polio. I mean, it was like the scourge of the land. Yet this guy blew it out with vitamin C. He did a lot of other things with vitamin C, bacterial, viral infections, all sorts of issues that people had. He would take these patients in and use vitamin C very successfully. If you're really curious about his work, seriously, just check it out by punching in his name. It's Klenner, Dr. Frederick Klenner, Klenner. Very cool guy. Let me give you a quote, though, that he's put out. He's very famous for having said this. Some physicians would stand by and see their patients die rather than use ascorbic acid because in their finite minds, it exists only as a vitamin. Isn't that interesting? Such an incredible man who had the open-mindedness to try something out in his practice. He saw that it was successful. Please keep in mind, I'm going to be bringing this up later on, why I'm bringing it up like this. He was that open-minded to then be able to witness for himself, not take somebody else's word for it, and actually see that it worked in so many different situations with all kinds of different ways that he used it. And he wrote up extensively all of his protocols depending on how sick somebody was and the nature of their sickness. So it was very, very detailed work. What a great doctor. These are the kind of doctors, by the way, doctor means teacher. These are the kind of teachers that we need more and more. People who are open-minded, not insecure, and use their intelligence to really gear themselves towards trying to help people out. Dr. Robert Cathcart. Anybody know that name? I know I'm going back a little ways, but he's another one who graduated UCSF, School of Medicine in 1961. We're talking about very prestigious medical schools, these doctors that I'm bringing up to you. He was a world-renowned pioneer in high-dose vitamin C. He died in 2007. Successfully treated over 30,000 patients in over 3 decades, 30 years, with some of them getting as much as 150 grams a day. And for those of you who don't know, 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. So we're looking at some of those patients received 150,000 milligrams in one day. And these people were treated very successfully. Keep this in mind as I roll through some of the people who lie to you every day about how bad vitamin C is. Oh, excuse me, I'm being a little too harsh. They basically characterize vitamin C as useless. It's a nice vitamin, but certainly for health issues, don't even think about it. Seriously, we're going to get to those. There are many doctors today that are alive now, alive and kicking, and doing really well. And some of those doctors that I know really well are Dr. Ronald Honeyhockey, who's done literally tens and tens of thousands of IV vitamin C treatments to help people with all kinds of issues out of the Reardon Clinic, and that's with an R. He's one of them that you could definitely look into his work, an amazing guy. And Dr. Thomas Levy, who has actually written quite a bit for Natural Health 365, a good friend of mine, really amazing guy who changed his whole medical career because of his experience in the natural health world, working with a holistic dentist, but then also seeing the value of how vitamin C helps so many people with so many different situations. So let's look at what the media does. And to be quite frank with you, not this kind of media, but conventional mainstream media, how they literally ignore or make the effort to bash vitamin C. In the New York Times in 1998, here's a quote, their title, "Taking too much vitamin C can be dangerous." You know, and I know I'm being a little silly, but this is not funny. Can you imagine people reading a New York Times article, not knowing about Linus Pauling at all in 1998? Plenty of people didn't know who he was, even though he was an extraordinary scientist. They have no clue who Dr. Frederick Klenner was, practicing medicine in the 40s. They don't know Cathcart. They don't know Levy. They don't know Honeyhockey. They don't know the literally hundreds of integrative healthcare providers that I could sit down and provide you with names of people who have actually successfully used vitamin C. They wouldn't know any of that. They would just see one big fat title for an article, "Taking too much vitamin C can be dangerous." Do you know what they were referring to in that article? I mean, you're going to fall off your chair. Upwards to high amounts of 500 milligrams. Less half of 1 gram. You believe this? This is the impression that they want to leave on people in 1998. Let's move along. NBC News, September 2015. Very cool. They decided to do a whole piece on this. It is actually hysterical when you see the NBC News anchors of the Today Show in the morning reading off the teleprompter about this new study from the NIH, National Institutes of Health, advising you not to bother taking mega doses of vitamin C when you feel a common cold coming on because it won't do much to help you. You believe this? As they reported and read from the teleprompter, when they were all done, all the commentators sitting around, the news anchors, were like, "Yeah, well, you know, when I get a common cold, I don't know, I rest, I drink some fluids, I do take some vitamin C, and, you know, I feel better, but okay, I guess the study says that it's not much use to it, but I still take it anyway. I think it's pretty good." None of them could buy what they literally just said to the public. The video is still on the internet. You got to see it. It's hysterical. Here it is, a piece that's basically supposed to teach people that, a common cold's coming on because it won't do much to help you. That's according to the NIH, the top health advisory organization in the United States. And these news anchors couldn't believe what they were reading. But let's move on. ABC, another beauty, right? ABC News, May 2018. A third-year medical resident. I'm not kidding you. They featured a third-year medical resident to write a big article for ABC News, right? And with all of his due diligence and research, this is a quote that he says, "Researchers find most vitamins and minerals don't lower risk of heart disease." What on earth was this guy looking at? Maybe he was just looking at CDC website, FDA, NIH. You get what I'm saying? He's like a horse with blinders on, and he can't see what's literally right there for him to see, but he's just blind to it because he's focused on only certain sources for his credible information. It's really sad. And now, of course, let's move right up to good old CNN, right? The news you can trust. June 2020. This is a beauty. Quoted in this CNN report is Craig Hopp, Hopp. Please, I know I'm asking you to do a lot. Check this guy out and his history. PhD. I mean, man, this guy's smart. He's out of the NIH, of course, right? CNN can only give you all the news that's fit to be trusted. So they go right to the NIH and they quote Craig Hopp. By the way, in case you don't look up Craig Hopp, his history couldn't be richer. A wealth of history in the pharmaceutical industry. But no, Jonathan, stop overreacting. He must have a wide view, an intelligent, well-balanced perspective on the whole idea of vitamins and minerals and how beneficial they are to human health, right? I mean, after all, the guy's gone to top universities. He's studied everything about pharmacology, right? He must have a balanced point of view. Yeah, right. Okay, so here's his quote. This is a beauty. It's like dumb leading the dumb with CNN. Craig Hopp says, at the moment, evidence to support the use of individual vitamins and minerals for treatment or prevention of chronic disease outcomes is weak. I kid you not. That's exactly what this man says after all his extensive research into the topic. Don't you feel more at ease at home knowing that millions and millions of people take their advice from the NIH? And then if they don't have the time to do their own research, all they have to do is turn on the TV and tune into ABC, NBC, or CNN, and they'll get all the news that's fit to understand. I know you understand that I'm being silly about this, and it would be very, very funny if it wasn't that we're talking about people's health and their lives. Okay, government experts, right? Governmental and expert organizations, the NIH. Here's a quote. At this time, the evidence is inconsistent on whether dietary vitamin C intake affects cancer risk. But the levels they looked at, folks, by the way, just so you know, no, you would think for sure they looked into all these higher amounts that all of these doctors have done so well with people with all kinds of issues, right? They looked at exactly what they did, right? Wrong. The most that they looked at, the most that I could find was 500 milligrams. Are you kidding me? If you have a cold and you take 500 milligrams and that was it for the whole day, forget it. It's not going to do anything because you're really feeling pretty lousy with just a common cold. So the FDA, as of 2019, they got new recommendations, thank God. The FDA is going to be here to save the day and make us really feel safe and healthy. Their previous recommendations were 60 milligrams a day. Wow. It's like enough for a squirrel, maybe a hamster. The new recommendations, they really jacked it up. They went to 90 milligrams a day. I'm not kidding you. This is 2019. We're landing people in space. We're putting them up in space shuttles and putting them back down on a spot on the Earth, bringing them back to Earth. And the best they can come up with these nutritional recommendations is go from 60 to 90 milligrams a day of vitamin C. Are you kidding me? Now get this, though. Tell me if this doesn't make no sense to you at all. This is totally lunacy. The FDA has stated that 28% of the current population in the United States is currently consuming less than the recommended daily intake of vitamin C. Did you hear what I just said? They said that literally almost a third of the U.S. population is not taking enough of the infinitesimal amount of vitamin C that they're saying we should take, enough to keep a squirrel alive, 28% are currently consuming less than the daily intake from either food or supplements. Now, this is the part that makes me know that the FDA, and I'm going to be nice, is completely out to lunch. They are gone. There is no way that the FDA is ever going to help you with your health. They go on to say, however, while most diets are low in the nutrient, the majority of the population is not deficient. We're not taking in enough, a third of the population, but we're still not deficient. With this in mind, the FDA has changed the status of vitamin C labeling on product packaging to voluntary rather than mandatory. You believe this? That was all they said about the fact that, I don't know, 300 plus million people in the United States, nearly 100 million people, they admit in writing on their website, do not get enough of the low amount of vitamin C, 60, 90 milligrams a day. And they're saying that the population's not deficient. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. It's amazing. I said, okay, maybe it's just a one-off. I went to the CDC. I went to the World Health Organization. I went to the American Medical Association. And I kid you not, I spent, I'm going to be as accurate as I can, at least a half hour this morning searching for vitamin C. You know what word I put next to it in my notes over here on the computer? CDC about vitamin C? Silent. World Health Organization? Silent. American Medical Association? Silent. Please make me wrong. I want you to go to those websites today. Search for vitamin C and the CDC, World Health Organization, or AMA, American Medical Association. Please find something on those websites, please, that says something of value about vitamin C. Because after all, you and I both know, no kidding, how important vitamin C really is. They must have something, right? I must have missed it with my careless research. But let me know, though, in the comments section if I really did miss it. Seriously. So let's look at some basic facts. Vitamin C comes in powder, liquid, capsule, and liposomal form. Keep in mind, later on, I've got a contest for all of you. You're going to get a chance to win a bottle, and we're going to talk about that later. Most of the vitamin C, though, you must remember, is made out of China. And most of the vitamin C that is produced is made from genetically engineered corn. Not my first pick, but please understand, to be real about this, no matter what vitamin C you take, you're going to get a benefit. All the vitamin C that's ever been studied, it's just been whatever kind of vitamin C there is out there. And a lot of it was probably from corn from China that they produced the ascorbic acid, which, yes, ascorbic acid is the vitamin C that we're talking about today. Now, a lot of this you hear is vitamin C causes kidney stones. I'm going to be short and sweet with this. Not likely. But you can look all this up. I've interviewed well over 300 of the top integrative healthcare providers. Some of them, like Dr. Ronald Honeyhockey, has run through tens of thousands of people. Yes, there's some sort of genetic variant. You can get tested before getting vitamin C administered at a very high level. But for just a few thousand a day, it's absurd to insinuate that you're going to get kidney stones. That's the fear-mongering you're going to get from conventional news outlets with no substantiation behind that claim at all, I assure you. You can check it out yourself. Vitamin C is dangerous. The simple answer, no. They're lying to you. That comment is completely out of context, and I've done a lot of shows on what I find to be a real problem with the fear-mongering and the disinformation campaigns out there where they'll make statements to people to make them believe something completely out of context with no substantiation behind their statements. Vitamin C is dangerous. It's absurd. It is not. And it is one of the most well-researched vitamins on the planet for over 70 years. Real research. Side effects. Yes, there's a side effect. Bowel intolerance, diarrhea, if you take too much of it. Depending on who you are and how sick you are, there will be a threshold that you will reach when you're taking oral vitamin C, powder, capsules, the liquid kind of vitamin C, where your bowels will start to get a little rumbly, and then you'll get diarrhea. That's about it, folks. That's it. And remember, the sicker you are, the more vitamin C your body is able to tolerate. That's why it's so hard when people always bombard us with the question, Jonathan, tell me, how much vitamin C should I take? I don't know your situation, but depending on your bacterial, viral load, the issues that you have going on in your body, your greater need for antioxidants, then more vitamin C you're going to need. Okay, so that's basically it for today. I hope you enjoyed some of this commentary on some of the outright lies and disinformation that's out there, but also a lot of the goodness as well. You're free to look into all of this information on your own. In fact, as I always say, I encourage you to never, ever take my word for it alone. Do your own research. That's why I spell out these doctors' names. That's why I give you the sources of where you can go to check this out for yourself. Make up your own mind. But without waiting any longer, let's have a little fun. We're having our first contest for the Natural Health 365 live broadcast where I am going to be giving away, that's right, no cost to you at all, Love by Nature liposomal vitamin C plus quercetin. Yes, you're going to get this bottle right here. You'll be able to get a chance to enter our contest to win a bottle for yourself that we will ship right to your home. We're going to announce the winner on Monday. Please look after this live broadcast. Down below this video, you will see the very, very simple things you'll have to do to enter to win a bottle of this liposomal C plus quercetin. It's a fun contest. I want to thank you very much for being with us today. I've got a big question for you now, as I always like to end our shows. What is your favorite nutritional supplement? It could be anything. Is it vitamin C? Is it vitamin D? Or, of course, the last one, name yours. Name what you like the most as far as a nutritional supplement. Let us know in the comments section below. What is your favorite one? Vitamin C, vitamin D, or just name the one that you like. And that's it for today. Just as a reminder, the Natural Health 365 live broadcast is live every single day at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's Monday to Friday. And this show is all about improving your immune system and protecting your health. Thank you very much for being with us today. I really appreciate you. Have a great 4th of July. Enjoy celebrating Independence Day, and I look forward to talking to you again next Monday. Take care, everybody. All right, Instagram.